you're living with a lung condition and experiencing shortness of breath, and you've been told that exercise will help. Seems counterintuitive, but you listen to that sage advice and you do the hard work of starting a routine. Maybe you go for daily walks, or maybe you use your home gym. Perhaps you even exercise here with us at Poplar with our online exercise videos.
You start your exercise journey and you've got questions. How much exercise or shortness of breath is too much? How low can my oxygen levels go? How do I know when to take a break? In this video, Intensity Check, we'll answer these questions and more. I'm Tina.
And I'm Jenna, and we're respiratory therapists and your online breathing community.
Let's get started.
There are many benefits to our bodies when we exercise. If you are living with a chronic lung condition, the goals of exercise are to get strengthening in, to build stronger muscles that can use oxygen more efficiently, aerobic exercises, to condition the heart and the lungs to increase your energy, and balance and flexibility and stretch to keep your joints flexible and agile and to prevent injury. For more information, check out our exercise basics video.
One thing to keep in mind is that our bodies are smart. When we exercise, we need to challenge ourselves to a certain level in order to get the benefits of exercising. But we don't want to push too hard. If we push beyond our limits, we risk injury, pain, and we risk running into a breathing emergency. But here at Poplar, we've got you covered.
We have 4 tools that you can use to check your exercise intensity. And that will help you to know whether you could push a little bit more with your exercises or back off a little. Our first intensity check tool is the mantra check.
A mantra is a short sentence that you say during exercise, during strength training or cardio workouts. You can say this short sentence to gauge your intensity level and make adjustments. Here at Poplar Pulmonary Wellness, we use the mantra,
"Another workout done, and I am having fun."
There are 3 levels that you can check using the mantra. The first level is when things are too easy. You should be able to get through your mantra without taking a breath in between the words, like this.
"Another workout done, and I am having fun."
So that was pretty easy for Jenna to get through without taking a breath in between. She needs to increase her intensity level. The next level is when things are working just right. You're exercising at a good level. You should be able to get through this sentence with only taking 1 or 2 breaths in between, like this.
"Another workout done, and I am having fun."
If you're saying your mantra like that, your exercise level is good. Just keep going where you're at. The third level is when you're working too hard. During your mantra, you'll need to take breaths between a lot of the words, like this.
"Another workout done, and I am having fun."
If you're saying it like that, you need to slow down, decrease your intensity level. Maybe it's time for a resting breathing break, some pursed lip breathing, and then go back at it a little easier.
Much better.
Our next intensity check tool is called a modified Borg scale.
The modified Borg scale is a scale from 0 to 10 that checks your subjective level of shortness of breath. 0 would be no shortness of breath at all, whereas 10 would be the most shortness of breath you've ever felt. When you're exercising and you want to check your intensity, you can use the Borg scale to help guide your exercise. So a good level on the Borg scale is between a 3 to a 5. This is a moderate or severe level of shortness of breath. I know that sounds scary, but just remember, even in this level, you are still in control of your breath. So for example, here at Poplar Pulmonary Wellness, during our exercise videos, we use the modified Borg scale to check your intensity at several different points throughout the routine. So we'll check it at the beginning to see what your baseline level of shortness of breath is like. And then we'll check it again, usually in the middle of our routine, to check to see what the intensity is like. So for example, if you score 5 or higher than 5 on the modified Borg scale, your intensity is too much. So dial it down just a little bit to get in between that 3 to 5. If you check and your intensity level is below a 3, that's too little. So see if you could push it up a little bit and move it into that score of 3 to 5. We check the Borg scale again at the end of our routine just to make sure and check in with the recovery of your shortness of breath after exercise.
The next intensity check is using a pulse oximeter. Some of you may have a pulse oximeter at home. With this, you can check 2 things: heart rate and oxygen level, or SpO2. If you're going to use a pulse oximeter, you need to check it during a resting break. In order to get a reliable reading, you need to be holding still. If you're looking for more information about how to use a pulse oximeter, what to look for when buying one, and how they work, check out our pulse oximetry video in the link below. So when you're checking your oxygen levels during an exercise break, hold your finger still and it will give you an SpO2 reading. For most people with healthy lungs, this number should be about 93% or higher. For people who have a chronic lung condition, it might be lower, maybe even as low as 88%. Contact your healthcare practitioner to find out what level is safe for you during exercise. If you check your pulse oximeter during exercise break and it's below your normal range, this is a sign that you should take a resting break, do some pursed lip breathing until your number is back to normal. When you resume your exercise, consider going at a lower intensity level.
The second thing your pulse oximeter can check is your heart rate. So we all have a target heart rate when we exercise, which is based on our age. If you're living with a lung condition, your target heart rate is often 60 to 80% of your maximum heart rate. So check our links below to see what a target heart rate that might be right for you. So during a rest break, during an exercise routine, when you do your pulse oximeter check and you see your heart rate, if your heart rate is below your heart rate target based on your age, and your shortness of breath feels in control, this is a sign that you could actually increase your intensity. So go a little bit faster or a little bit farther in the routine you're doing, or it's a sign that you can actually progress your routine. If you do a heart rate check and the heart rate is higher than the heart rate target based on age, then this may be sign to slow it down, take a breathing break, catch your breath. Resume activity when you're feeling in control of your breath and your heart rate is at a normal range for you.
All right, let's recap. So the 4 ways to check your intensity is to use a mantra check, and we like to say, another workout done, and I am having fun.
The second tool that you can use is the modified Borg scale. So that's 0 to 10 subjective scale of how you feel with your shortness of breath, trying to target that range of a 3 to 5 during exercise.
The third way is to check your oxygen levels, which should be in the appropriate range for you based on guidance from your healthcare practitioner.
And the fourth thing, also using the pulse oximeter, is a heart rate check. So trying to target that maximum heart rate based on age, and with a lung condition, it's usually 60 to 80% of that maximum heart rate target. So one last tool that you can use to check intensity is teasing out good pain versus bad pain. So it's normal to feel after exercise like your muscles have been working. But with new routines, it's important to get a sense of any aches or pains that feel new versus aches or pains that have been normal for you. If you're having difficulty teasing this out, do see your healthcare professional for assessment. So, if you are experiencing pain during exercise or even 2 days out from exercise, if pain keeps you up at night or you have to take medication to treat pain, these are all signs that the exercise intensity is too high. So, seek help from a healthcare professional or from an exercise specialist to determine what to do with your routine and to check that you're doing the exercises correctly.
If you're experiencing chest pain or dizziness or can't gain control of your breathing during exercise, you should stop exercising and take a breathing break. This might be a sign of an emergency. If your normal tools for recovery, like medication and breathing techniques, are not working, you should call 911 or your local emergency services to get help. We hope that the tools we've talked about today will help you gauge your intensity while exercising. The mantra check, the modified Borg scale, using a pulse oximeter to check your oxygen level and heart rate, as well as teasing out the good pain from the bad pain.
Remember, when you use these tools to either increase or decrease your exercise intensity, you maximize the benefits of exercise in your body while reducing shortness of breath and preventing injuries and falls.
Now get out there and live your best long life.